Howdy, Space Explorers. I'm coming back from a much needed 1 month break from YouTube with this brand new video. I really liked that even though I really didn't want to, I wanted to create as many videos as possible while also struggling through school and a lot of work, and it just seemed like too much for my plate, which was perfectly okay for me to realize to take time to step back. That really inspired today's video, which is allowing yourself the time to take time. I'll be talking to you about taking your time and the importance of it, and just like giving you a new positive perspective of how just to like take time, recognize your time, and just value all the time that you put into your process, whatever you have fun with, and just not to feel too overly rushed. I'll be giving you those tips while we finish this piece. Alright guys, let's get into it. I started to notice that I had so much structure in my life that I was rushing my creativity as much as other tasks. Although I was still creating and making decent art, I didn't feel satisfied with the process at all because I wanted the finished product more than anything. I paused realizing that if this is something I'm doing for myself, why am I rushing through this process so much? I saw a quote that went something along the lines of, living in a world of productivity so much makes us feel bad that we don't have the energy to give our creativity. And it's so true. I'd grown out of that phase where I wanted to show people what I could do and how expressive I could be. And I got to a point where art felt like clocking in for the day, like something I had to do that I wasn't looking forward to, completely void of the journey that I could put into my processes. In any creative experience that I've had, I noticed that these 3 tips are what help me the most to focus on my process and take my time. Step 1, step away. I started making art for fun. When it doesn't feel organic or like I'm in the flow and just dragging through this process, I'll walk away. I don't put so much pressure in myself to touch the artwork until it feels like I can approach it with a new perspective, a fresh idea, or unless I'm feeling like I'm going to have fun with it again. Pro tip: while stepping away, for me, it's like easier to leave the project sitting out. Like, I like to leave my sketchbook on my dresser or even just like floating around my notebook somewhere where I'm always actively seeing it. If you leave it out more instead of being like, oh, I was doing that thing and I forgot about that thing, like you'll instead be like walking past it every day, maybe even with like new perspectives from seeing it from different angles, like seeing it from afar on a coffee table, or even just like seeing it unfinished might bug you so much that you want to do it. But having it near you, or even like just somewhere often, means that you're not going to forget about it until it's finished, and that's going to make you want to work harder on it. So definitely leave it out so that you can glance at it often. Even if you're not touching it often, it won't guilt you, but it will motivate you to be like, huh, I really want to do something now, and I think I finally have a clear head and situation on how I'm going to work through this. Step 2, get inspired again. Sometimes It's not that I don't have the energy to create, but it's just that I don't feel inspired by anything in particular, or I don't have an idea where to start. I feel like Pinterest is a good way to formulate an idea I already have, but if I need like a brand new angle to my creativity, I have to find my muses again. So, in a simple way, I'll just like narrate that like muses, or at least what I find to be muses, are like anything and everything that make up you right now. Like, who are you listening to? Who like are you looking at? Like, say you're looking at like a model or like an artist that you listen to, and like you see what they wear, or like even like fashion people online that wear like really cool clothes, or even just like other artists that you see. Like, what is something in their style you like? Just like how you might like how they draw chins, or how they shade, or how they do gradients. What colors are coming to you? What books are you reading? What places have you visited recently? Like, all these things make up you right now. And even though you might like leave somewhere feeling really inspired, like, what really inspired you from it? Like, break it down deeper to yourself on like, why does this leave me in such a energetically charged creative place right now, and how can I get that down on paper? And then start like jotting down your ideas. Jot down anything, a song that's coming to you, an idea, even just like a rhythm, or even just like anything that you're feeling that has happened to you, is happening right now, is in your head, is just out there. Put it down and try to express it on paper. Getting inspired again, even if it's not like a huge creative finished piece, masterpiece, anything that you're about to just feel completely Picasso inspired and put down. You just sometimes have to grow and notice where you are and what you are, and not what you're trying to be, you know? Like, everybody has their own story, everybody has their own flow. I can look at like a billion artists and be like, oh my gosh, I see their journey and I really want to be there right now and I really want to do this. But I use that inspiration of being like, wow, this can get me this far and this can happen. But look at how beautiful this moment is right now of me getting inspired by them, and using that fuel to let their inspiration inspire me. So, right now, if I was to give a list of my muses, I would say Dominic Fike, Pitch Perfect 2, Wooden Elves from Fairy Tales, no like show or anything in particular, used bookstores, and the smell of green tea. So I know that's a very random assortment, but that's what I mean by your muses. Just things that made you smile, things that make you feel inspired, even if it's not like a physical thing or something you can see. Just anything that, like, right now is charging you. Step 3, our last and final step, is the only time limiter is yourself. Growing into a person is definitely a process of growing through what you have to do every day, who you're becoming, how much energy you should exert into every task and everything you put your energy towards. When I have a lot on my plate, I start getting this creepingly eerie regret in the back of my mind saying that with everything going on, I'm not putting enough time into my crafts. It won't even be out of a feeling of not feeling inspired or that I don't want to draw. It's more like I've put this pressure on myself of being like, oh, you're an artist and you haven't like made anything in a minute or posted anything in a minute. And it's like I'm setting this imaginary deadline that isn't something I have to achieve, isn't something that's set in stone that has to be right there. And I've honestly never made anything enjoyable out of those moments. It feels very forced, and so I have to step back and I usually just ask myself, what is this added pressure about the most? And usually I take the time to realize that I'm the only one pressuring myself into this rush time frame because why am I rushing myself when I can actually take time to fill in whatever I really want to create? Instead of making these rush job projects and not fulfilling as much time as I could put into something that's like very appealing to me, something I'm very satisfied with finishing, like this rushing isn't going to help me grow, even if it's like something that I really feel like I have to get out or something that I feel like I'm straining myself for. Because I have to grow with this work as much as it grows through me. Time to show you the final piece. I decided to mainly color the helmet and bring emphasis to it, while also deciding to leave like his like details alone, like his facial details, or really just like details with hair without color. That way I could feel like anybody can feel like they have to put on their own helmet against whatever you're going through. So I kind of like the aspect of this because the colors are very like primary, like it's just greens, yellows, and reds, but the way they all function, like I feel like it draws your eye more towards the middle of the helmet where all the colors are, and then you start to gradually expand to look at the character, the facial expression, and then even like just the spikes and everything like that. So I'm just so happy with the way that this like finally came out because I had no idea how this was going to come out. This was honestly very Berserk inspired. I had just finished watching like Berserk and I really liked the element that they had with all of the armor, and it really just inspired me because I liked that it was like a mix of being its own animation while also mixing 3D, and it was something that was heavily detailed that I wanted to bring into my work. So if you can tell, that's just a little tidbit to show that this is a little bit Berserk inspired. I'm making my own character kind of in a Berserk world, but also having the symbolism of like putting on your own like brave warrior helmet while you might not feel so brave on the outside. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much, and if you want to see an in detailed version of this piece, it'll be on my art Instagram right here. If you want to check out any of my other medias, it's going to be down in the comment section and in the little bio of this video down below. So thank you so much, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Alright guys, thank you!